What do you make of that? Do you think Hellebuck can stand up all season playing this many games and playing so well?
Here's what I will say, and obviously for those that don't know, I'm very closely monitoring the Winnipeg Jets as I report on them on a daily basis through my morning radio show, and of course, being in the city, I take an extra moment to make sure that I'm following. But Eric Comrie, the games that he has played, he's played extremely well. I think evidence of how much confidence they have in him is that they don't really change their structure much when he's in the cage, and I think. Case in point, he sees as many shots as Hellebuck does, and I think his save percentage, actually, I haven't done the math on it, but it's probably pretty good, but based on the amount of starts that he's had. I think he's a comfortable goaltender. It was kind of a bummer seeing the Jets lose in LA last week because David Riddick, who backed us up for a season, managed to get a win, and you could tell he was really jacked about that, getting that
Big
win
save,
over the Jets.
Dave.
Yeah, and but I think Comrie is a very comparable backup. He's been there for a number of years, grinding it out with the Moose, and made it very clear that he wanted to make sure that he at least had the backup job in Winnipeg because he had put in so many years here. And I think he's the guy to go to. I think he understands what his mission is. He understands what his role is. I've been very clear on this. I don't think you can ride your starting goaltender for more than 60 games a year. I think 60 is the magic number, and you got to space it out properly. You really do, because you saw what happened to Helly last year against Colorado. He got shelled. And I'm not putting that all on him. A lot of that had to do with the team. I think it's a different team this year. I think Scott Arniel has got them pointed in the right direction. I think they could be a little more responsible defensively. Like, they're getting outshot more often than not, relying on Hellebuck. I think the magic number for him is 60 games.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I believe since 2010, there's only been two exceptions where the Stanley Cup winning team's starting goalie, the winning goalie, if you want to call it that, has played more than 55 games. And I know one of them was Jonathan Quick in 2012, and I believe Andrei Vasilevsky, but obviously they take out the 2020 season because they didn't play the full season. But outside of that, everybody that was won the mug has played under 55 games. The Darcy Kempers, the Antoni Niemis, they all played a shortage of games, which keeps them fresh and kept them playing a long time. So I think you're onto something there, Dave.
Yeah, and I think the 60 number almost kind of guarantees you the Vezina, because, you're the guy that you even mentioned, I think it was last week or the week before, like, never mind the Vezina, he could be up for the Hart as most valuable player in the league this year, and I think he's definitely, worthy of that nod, and we'll see what happens, because I don't see anyone really. I mean, it's hard too, because the Jets really do have a solid team, and I'll say this again, if you're new to the show, I think evidence of why the Jets are the best team in the league right now: third and fourth line. They're putting guys on the third and fourth line on the power play. Like, all four lines are going. There's no fear whatsoever of putting any guy out on the ice. Fleury's been a great addition on the back end. I knew squat about this guy before he got on the roster. Morrissey's playing well. Between him and Pionk, and man, it's so nice seeing Pionk play well and get points on the board, because when we lost Trouba, he was the guy coming the other way, and he's really shown up and understood his role as well. I think everyone on the Winnipeg Jets understands what their role is this year. I've got a lot of high hopes for the Jets.
Rumor has it, after the Kings lost, the third line flew back to Winnipeg to hop down to Earls on 300 Main, and they flew right back to make it for the Vegas game.
Of course.
You didn't hear it from me.
Well, listen, those wings are good, man. They make good wings there, and it's a great spot. I love that spot down on Earls Main.
Hey, more hockey content. It might be old, it might be new, it might be a full episode, it might be a half episode, but you can click these boxes, because who doesn't like clicking boxes?